G'day, it's Rob here again. Well, in that last video I showed you I picked up this old clunker off the side of the road and got it for free. She's a bit dilapidated and unloved, poor thing. Sad to see machines in this sort of condition, but it's got all the hallmarks of a goer, I think. It just depends on what the initial prognosis brings up. You know, it's a matter of just look at the basics and it'll give us an idea of where to from there, what we're dealing with, what it's going to cost possibly, and yeah, the overall potential as a doable unit, doable project that's going to get a runner at the end. I'm feeling hopeful on this one, so let's get into it. Things look a bit seedy down here. Looks like the weld's broken away. That bracket's cracked through. Oh well. Bolts. They'll need some lube. Let's try and check the oil. See what the oil looks like. So how deep is it, I wonder? Actually, it's a bit low. I would have expected it would be higher than that, but it's good. There's no metal in it, so that's okay. Yeah, that looks like passable, hopefully. Okay, let's have a look at the air cleaner, the air filter. Oh, it looks like it's disintegrating. There's bits of it here. I mean, that's always going to happen with foam. Quite often these have like a foam outer with a fluted paper inner. Briggs filters are generally pretty good. They generally do a good job on their filters. Ah, yeah, there you go. Oh, well, it's clean. Yeah, the foam is stuffed. We'll get rid of that. There's a spring here that's not doing anything. That's supposed to go back onto there, I think. That's the governor. So, the governor's not governing, I would say. Okay. Yeah, well, the flutes look good and clean. You know, the actual paper flutes don't look too bad. So that's a good sign. She's stuck on. I won't try and move it. I'll just leave the foam out. We'll put it back for now. I'll leave that. Don't know what the idea of this bracket is. It doesn't seem to do much of anything. I'll leave it off for now. So let's take off the fuel cap. See if that comes off. Oh yeah, she's alright. That's good. Have a look in there. Get a torch. Oh, great. No rust whatsoever. It's actually got quite a bit of fuel in it. Probably up to about here. And the water hasn't got in there. There's no sign of any moisture rust, which is good because these carbies suck directly up through the tank. And there's no drain on these tanks. So if they get rusted out, you've got real problems. You can always solder a new bottom in or something, but it's a big deal. So that's good. I was worried that the water could have got in through that little hole, but it's obviously been shielded by this top section, wherever it's been standing. It's obviously been standing outside. Right. Okay, so we know that the governor spring is off. Well, it looks like that to me. Oh, this is frozen solid. The throttle's moving. So we'll just have to pull that apart and free up the Bowden cable. Now if it looks pretty second hand, that's obviously pretty stuffed. Now these are a side valve motor. So the rain could have got in the muffler and maybe got into the cylinder head. We'll take the spark plug out and we'll see what that shows. That's always a good indicator of how an engine's running. If it's oily, it's using oil. If it's sooty, it's using too much fuel. There's a mixture problem. If it's in good shape, well, you know the motor's basically solid. So I'll pull that out. Oh, no problem. No problem. That's good. Okay, what have we got? Oh, looks alright, look at that. That's about what you'd expect. I mean, this motor's obviously done a fair bit of work. Look at that muffler, it's all burnt. It'll need a new muffler. I might be able to scab one from the farm. Got a few old dead Briggs and Strattons up there. So I'd say, yeah, she's using a bit of oil for sure. How much remains to be seen. So we'll leave the plug out and we'll see if it will pull over. With the plug out, no compression. Oh yes, movement. Yes. I feel movement. I feel movement. Oh. What was that? So we've got some gadget in here. That's the rammer downer thing. This is the get down in the cutting area gadget. How that works without hitting the chopper down the bottom. Okay. Right. Let's try and pull it over with that out the way. There we go. Things are looking good. Oh yeah, smooth as silk. Oh, it was. Oh, now it's... Oh. Yeah, she's locked up again. Well, the motor felt good. So it must be the cutter's got a bit of crap in there or something. What's going on down there, guys? It's pretty... Yeah. I think the hopper wants to come off for sure. Now I can really get down there. You're going to have to look at those hammer mills down the bottom. Going to have to sharpen the blades up anyway. So yeah, I've got to take this top off. So far it's looking very good. Very promising. If this doesn't run, I'll be very, very surprised. Now the other thing about the muffler, it's not black and sooty and oily looking, so the engine may not be using lots and lots of oil, you know. So, you know, that's a good sign, even if it's got holes in it, or a hole. The fact that it's not oily and black and gunky, even though the plug looks oily, the motor might be in reasonably okay condition. I mean, it's obviously a few years old, and when they burn the edge of the outlets like this and burn holes in them, yeah, they've done some work for sure. Yeah. Right, looking down here you can see there's the anvils, they're a bit bent up. Something hard's hit them, unless they're made that way, which I seriously doubt they would normally be parallel, I would expect. Over here we have the knife edge, and it's a double knife, I can see that. Go over this way. So yeah, well, looking good. So it's probably just a single crossbar with 2 or 3 layers to it, and it swings around and goes through these anvils, which, yeah, they look a bit worse for wear. Right, looking good so far. Another good indicator on how much work they've done is where the breather goes in. There's some. This is the plate you can take off to adjust up the valves, because the 2 valves would be adjustable behind this plate. That's the normal setup. And as you can see, there's some oil on there, but it's old and hard. So yeah, I mean, obviously to get that sort of accumulation, the motor's got to be doing quite a bit of work over the years, never been cleaned. It's a 5 horsepower. I think they want a 5 and then a 5.5 and then a 6.5. Not sure, I'm an expert on Briggs and Strattons, but certainly before I fired this up, I would fill the oil level right up to full, because it is down for sure. So yeah, the hopper's got to come off, and then once we get the hopper off, then we can have a close look. See, this whole top might separate off. There's a bolt here, pull down. There's nothing here though. Yeah, I really need to do this outside where there's more room, but it's pretty hot at the moment, so it might take a day or two. But anyway, first impressions are, yep, I think we might have a winner here. I think we might have a winner. So there's the initial impressions on it. It's all looking pretty positive. I think this thing will be a runner for sure. I mean, when I pulled it over before, that sort of jammed up on the cutter, there was no rattles or nasty noises. Fuel tank's good. I mean, it doesn't look like water's got in anywhere, which is good, which is always a big worry, because water is one of the worst things with motors. And they always have breather holes on fuel tanks and crankcases, and carbies have got little breather jets, and if the water gets in there, it can really make things a mess, you know, corrosion and just nightmare. This looks good. Okay, it's rusty, you know, it needs a coat of paint, but that's okay. Once you get it running, you know, then just demount the motor with only a few bolts and go over it with the abrasive pads on the angle grinder and give it a coat of paint, and should be as good as bloody new. Yeah, well that's it. Now it is pretty hot at the moment in Adelaide. We're going to get some really hot weather, and it's sticky as all hell. It's Texas weather, and yeah, not great down here at the moment. It's roof with a tin roof on the shed, and so I'll be doing a couple more on this. One tool review before Christmas, possibly, probably. And I mean, you know, if you don't want to watch tool reviews, just don't watch them. Don't watch them and then whinge about how you didn't want to watch it. You know, like, piss off and watch somebody else's channel if you don't like them. You know, I only do them like once every half a dozen videos. I don't know why some people got to whinge and whine about it, but you know, it's their choice. Just don't watch it. Anyway, I think the rest of you who are interested in tool reviews will find it pretty interesting, particularly newbies. This one's going to be aimed at newbies, and yeah, it should be good. All right, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed it. And down the track, yep, there'll be more on this old girl, and yeah, you might learn something. Okay, that's it. See you next time. Cheers.